Let's go to the Lakers while we're here. Through free agency, they signed Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard, Wayne Ellington, Kim Bazemore, Kendrick Nunn, Carmelo Anthony, Malik Monk, and Tyler Horton Tucker is back. They traded for Russell Westbrook, lost Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Alex Caruso, Markieff Morris. Basically, y'all have a whole new locker room other than the big three of AD, LeBron, and Tyler Horton Tucker.
Bro, I'm just excited to say. I had a fan message me. It's like, does it feel weird that you basically got like a new roster? I'm like, that's just what LeBron team always.
Fans do that.
He better be our 3-point leader. Trevor Ariza got me excited too, bro. But every damn night should be a damn movie at the Staples Center when the Lakers is playing.
I get that.
Yeah, because we got some sexy on under winless teams, and we got some ugly winless teams like the Lakers. What's up, man? Them 2 games was definitely rough.
The last night was even worse.
I don't care what the final score said. Y'all last got blown out by 30.
We did. We didn't play well last night, and I'm gonna say. The first 2 teams we played, the Warriors and the Suns, those are playoff teams. Those are good teams. And we really struggled to get like into a rhythm against them. It starts off with the rotations. I just don't like DeAndre Jordan. It baffles me that they really just brought him in. Like, he hasn't done a damn thing. And I could say like maybe he speak up in the locker room. He that type of dude, but put him on the edge of the bench. If he could, he could still be that same dude.
Like the Nets did last year. His ass was barely
Russell
playing.
Russell and him can't work on the floor together.
No way.
No way. And this goes back to that thing we were talking about. Anthony Davis needed to man up and just play the damn center spot. If he went up to Frank Vogel and say, you know what, slide DJ to the bench, I'm gonna start at center, you think Frank Vogel gonna say no?
Nope.
Hell to the no.
But when I said all these things like a month and a half ago, you argued with me.
No, I didn't argue all that. I said his ass had some excuse for last year because his ass was hurt and he was trying to get back in shape. He ain't really have all that off season, all that prep time. But this is the year he even looked like he bulked up a little bit, right? He even, he's been in the gym. He said he want to work on center, and still he got DeAndre Jordan and DeAndre Ayton matched up. He got McHale and Jay Crowder on him, and they holding him.
Yeah,
they like
it's a tale of 2 ADs. Game
right.
number 1, he was incredible. Game number 2, he wasn't.
He can sometimes just be every other game type of dude for some reason.
Somehow he's top 75 of all time, which is fucking baffling.
I'm saying I get that, and that's just who he is at this point. Unless he shows that he's finna go out and for a month straight he's finna dominate.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this, Mike.
What?
Y'all are in trouble.
Y'all have a lesser stretch coming up though.
That's my hope is, and I that's why I want to really rush anything. I want to see how this kind of unfolds against these teams because I think we're gonna handle it. I think our defense is gonna keep us in.
Spurs. They got Spurs.
Okay.
They got OKC twice. They got the Rockets twice.
OKC. All this shit don't matter.
But yeah, y'all have a nice little 6-7 game stretch where y'all should be able to get y'all rhythm
None
back
of that matters.
and,
All
like,
that matters
beat up on some lesser teams.
is the playoffs.
If y'all lose to OKC,
Yeah, and
oh my God.
that's the biggest thing right there, and that's why I say I'm okay with starting off 0-2 if we're freaking 5-7 starting off with because we're trying to get that rhythm.
That's not what you should be looking for. You should care about how you play against a team like the Suns or the Warriors because that's what you're gonna play in the playoffs, and that is what's gonna matter. Figuring out how to play so that when you play those teams, DJ can't start because if they doing that shit in the playoffs,
Yeah, that shit was a given. That shit is literally a given, bro.
Fool's gold was game 1.
What's going on? What do you think about Russell Westbrook 2 games into his Lakers career?
It's hard for him to be Russell Westbrook with LeBron and Anthony Davis on the floor. And especially, like I said, DJ or even sometimes Dwight Howard, that shit hurts him because Russell is at his best when he can grab the ball off the rim and go. He can't really do that if Anthony Davis and DeAndre and LeBron are grabbing that. So, and I was talking to the party, and I'm half joking with it, but like, if this stretch continues where it just seems like he can't really find his rhythm, bro, have a small game stretch where he's coming off the damn bench. And I know that sounds freaking ridiculous, but it lets him do him. It lets him get that confidence back to that MVP. We know he could kind of be at that level when usually he gets to later in the season. But it's just like he's gonna come back and start. He's gonna play starting minutes. It just helps him get that confidence back.
Interesting.
You think confidence is the thing?
Not
That
necessarily
motherfucker 4
confidence.
threes a game.
It's just more so like he's back in the rhythm. Like he understands like I could fit in and still be me without taking away.
That's why I don't agree with it coming off the bench. They don't fix nothing, especially if you talking about he gonna come back as a starter.
But it lets him get back into the
old
look.
ways.
If he's struggling, and he's like, man, I'm struggling to find how I'm gonna fit in. Let him slowly graduate
But
into
you just
that.
said while he's struggling. because he's out because you have DeAndre Jordan out there.
Yeah.
Which the Lakers knew.
Yes.
But any team knows what they were getting with Russell Westbrook. So now we can't sit up here and pretend it's a Russell Westbrook
It's
thing.
not a
Guess who's good?
It goes back to DJS in the starting lineup because even like I seen LeBron, he tried to make his move. He's getting to the free throw line, you know, a little back down. And not only is DeAndre Jordan over there, but Russell man over there too. So it's like you can't have two like just non-shooters.
Against y'all, who y'all played against the door? Bazemore's man is over there because Bazemore can knock down a shot, but he's not a marksman
and everything.
Yeah, I don't care about these. I don't care about no stretch where you play the Thunder twice. You're probably going to beat them.
Stroke on the season, and Davis will
not on their side, and that's the ball game right there.
And it'll be Bazley capping it off.
We shall see. The other team that we were like penciling in, or a lot of people thought so, were the Lakers, and they don't look as good either.
They were my biggest disappointment. They went from being second defensively last year.
I'll put my mic down. He gonna have something to say.
They're 28th. They're competing with the Celtics for last place in defense right now.
Damn, I did not know that.
So that's a huge drop off for a team that relied on their defense because they knew their offense wouldn't keep up with it.
They haven't been healthy.
Yeah, they haven't, but I still think defensively you could bring that. That's like a DNA in a team. I feel like teams who are good defensively, no matter what lineup they have, they are good defensively for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been saying before the season even started, like probably the first 20 games, we're gonna be hovering around that 500. Like
he did say that before the season. I do remember him saying that. And I was like, bro, yo, that's crazy, and he's not.
Because it's just that adjustment period. It's a little slow, but I think throughout the games though, there's bright spots where we're like, okay, that lineup, that shit actually works. I think against the Cavaliers last game, we had a lineup where it was like Avery Bradley, who had played really, he didn't score that many points, but he played really well with Kent Bazemore, LeBron, Melo, and Anthony Davis. The lineup was perfect.
So no
big man.
Oh, no, I was thinking about no Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, I think this what I'm saying is very, Russell Westbrook played well, but Avery Bradley came in and he gave that defense which we needed because we were down like freaking 5-10 points. So him and Kent Bazemore,
and I was hoping y'all lost that game, by the way.
They came in and they played really good defense. So like I said, I think this is going to be more situational, seeing what lineups really work for the first maybe 20
I know
games.
exactly what lineups work for the Lakers. It is LeBron, Anthony Davis, and a couple shooters.
Yeah,
and that lineup you just told me sounds exactly like that. And that was a lineup that got them back into the game.
Up and again off the window. That's beautiful to watch.
The game clock. Russell Westbrook loses it into Alexander. That's who they want with the ball. Underneath to Dort. What a play with 5. They're not going to foul for the tie. Not there with 1 in OKC.
First of all, can I tell a story to the podcast people?
Please do.
Okay.
Please do.
I thought it was fake.
This is a true story. The other night, the Lakers blew another lead to OKC, this time a 19-point lead. The next morning, me and Mike had his routine where we both joined the party. We just chatting up. He on Madden, I'm editing or whatever. I'm like, you watched the Lakers last night? He's like, I watched the first quarter, turned it off, but I'm happy to see that we pulled it out. I'm like, Michael, y'all lost that game last night. He was like, no, we didn't. Don't tell me we lost that game. I'm like, bro, y'all lost that game last night.
I was like, yeah, I seen the score at halftime, but I was like, yeah, I was with Dime or whatever. So like, we was just doing our thing or whatever. But yeah, I checked the halftime. I was like, okay, yeah, it's OKC. Because I was like, man, I'm not worried about no OKC. He's like, you lost. And I was like, what? In my mind, you know what that memory that brought back? You remember when I think this was at your apartment back in Stratford. But I think Walt had walked in and they told him the Bears lost, and he was like, what? Like he just like his whole world had just paused for a second when he heard that shit.
3.
But yeah, yo, it seemed like you were distraught. And you was in the Madden game. You was like, wait, hold on. Like he had to check it. He had to check the game.
And I was like, bro, it ain't no way we lost by fucking 3.
That game was good.
It
was fun watching them lose.
that's the Lakers.
That's all
slogan.
I hear. That's
fun to
all
watch
I hear in the party is, man, I hope the Lakers lose tonight, bro. I can't wait to make this video after the Lakers lose.
Hey, because the Lakers are views. It's keeping it buck. There's a reason people like to see them lose.
But no, my thoughts, at least on the last 5 minutes of the game, is just our defense is just shit. I could live with the missed shots and everything, and I understand Russell has some bonehead issues, but it's too many times where we just give up too many open shots.
I knew y'all was going to lose that game when Russ was falling in love with that jump shot. he was hitting a few shots,
Yeah.
and he felt himself.
But look, the Russell Westbrook experience it was shown in that one game, because for three quarters you completely understand everything that people love about Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
Then in the last 5 minutes you understand things that people hate about Russell Westbrook. It happened just like that. Because again, with LeBron being out for at least a week, the reason you trade for Russell Westbrook is because if LeBron or AD got injured, Russell Westbrook is good enough to carry you to some games, right? And he was doing that for 3 quarters. And then Carmelo got hot, but instead of letting Carmelo do what Carmelo can do, Russ was like, I'm going to do it. And then Tim Habistro had a statistic that had to do with Russell Westbrook and the way he takes. I wish I had the tweet up right now. But basically, Russell Westbrook shoots 19% from 3 on go-ahead / game-winning jump shots in the last couple years. And it was like out of 40 attempts.
You know
he's
what's
attempted
crazy?
the most threes to try to go up.
And like, I can understand, like, he's already a bad shooter, but the fact that he takes so many of them is also making that freaking field goal percentage so bad.
Russ will be obviously all-time great, Hall of Famer. And y'all know this. It's crazy I even have to say this because people take shit out of context. If Russ decided to take 3 less shots a game, oh my God. Just 3. The 3 most boring shots he had. Take them away.
It was like 3-4 seconds left on the clock.
Right. I'm not mad about that shot. A lot of people are mad about that shot. If you rewatch that play, nothing else was open. They were trying to get Melo open, but they was on Melo's ass. So it's either I take this shot or I dribble the ball out. You know, so I'm not mad at him for taking that shot. It was the turnover.
Mishaps.
The defense was ass.
Was terrible.
And if he turned up defense by 10%, nobody would complain about Russell Westbrook ever again.
Mm-hmm. If we ain't lose to OKC, we'd be 7-2 right now.
But you did lose OKC
We did.
twice.
We did. We found them.
And blue leagues
And they
twice.
have the nerve to sit at
That's
your
facts.
problem.
Yeah.
You got the nerve to be talking about some if. Like they set out the starters or some shit. You feel me? Like what do you be meaning? It's all right to say
Hey, I
y'all
knew that
ass.
shit was over once I seen Shea hit that logo 3. I'm like, yeah, they meant to win that shit.
How did you know it was over when you thought y'all
We
won?
move on. Which one of your teams are you talking about today?
Hey man, I'm in favor of Damian Lillard not playing if he's not healthy. I don't know.
I'm talking about during that game, man. I rewatched the game.
He did rewatch it. I was there. We were watching.
But
it
you already knew they lost.
Motherfucker, that's still a turn. It was a turning point in the game.
Good comeback. Contenders or pretenders?
Contenders.
Contenders.
That's
Right?
not disrespect.
Contenders.
I like that.
Out west, a team that has started off slow, and we saw might have been contenders. The 9-9 LA Lakers.
Pretenders.
Oh,
Them boys is pretenders.
a heart
They don't
blow.
play with no cohesiveness, bro. No cohesiveness.
I have to agree with Mike.
Tonight, y'all got a matchup between each other.
And I'm not concerned at fucking all.
That's because our fucking
but
best
no.
player got suspended.
No.
For
Tell-
fighting.
Tell him stop fighting then.
In all
fighting.
reality,
Fucking hothead.
In all reality, I should be concerned because we ain't been on shit either, Mike. So no worries. But
Don't worry.
no
worry.
Through the warm-ups tonight.
The
Tune in.
Lakers just, like Mike said, it's just bad basketball. At the end of the day, championship teams play good brands of basketball. I've never seen a champion be crowned and they played bad basketball.
Yeah.
Remember what we said about that hustling shit? Like teams that be hustling win, like they just pull out games.
Yeah.
They don't do no hustling.
They had a good comeback against the Pistons. But
The
they-
Pistons.
You had to say it yourself. It's the Pistons, but
Look what the
Yeah.
fuck we talking about.
if y'all would have lost that game, oh my god!
I was hoping.
so ready to fire up the cameras there. I was so ready to get a 1-10 talking shit about the Lakers.
Well, thank God we were able to string some shit together in the fourth quarter and
Shout
pull
out
it
to
Shout out
out.
to
Brody.
Russell and Carmelo.
Okay, Lakers fans say pretenders. The rest of y'all,
Pretenders.
This
Yeah.
is
isn't that disappointing as fuck?
they don't have
It is. I told you, bro. Through the X amount of games we played so far, I have not seen any improvement. Like, okay, I can see this. It's just been the same since day one.
and they don't have an audible. You can't trade Russell. I don't want no contract is untradeable, but I can't see a trade that they could do to get Russell Westbrook. And I just think they have bad. I think they have bad habits. I watch the Lakers so much because they're always on fucking TV, and all I see is fucking standing.
They are always on TV for no reason.
Standing. My gosh, they act like if a motherfucker cut once, they leg gonna cut off. Like there's some type of action and movement. It's so draining.
It's just watching LeBron and Russ with the ball. That's really all it
It's
is.
toxic for my basketball mind. I feel like I lose brain cells.
And then as a guy who defended Russell Westbrook at the beginning of the season, saying I think he gonna find a way to fit with this team,
He don't fit.
He doesn't fit.
My question to y'all, and I'm only posing this because I saw it on Twitter and I thought it was interesting.
Nobody but the Lakers because they knew what Russell Westbrook was coming with.
They could have had DeMar DeRozan.
It's like dating a girl who you know got a cheating history and she cheat on you. That's your fault.
John Wall would be a better fit than Russell.
Damn near.
Double digits, wide open. Of their wins. Kennard! They repost it. Kennard is open. Kennard hits it again. Morris for three. Oh, he banked it in.
He beat the Lakers at it's still a Staples at the moment until Christmas, I think.
Oh, okay.
Crypto.com arena coming soon. But they beat the Lakers. I guess we could talk about these two in tandem because the Lakers are right beneath them now at 12-12. How do you feel about that game, Mike? Because I know you watched the better LA team win.
I don't know, we got to just figure out some
Paul
shit.
George didn't even need 40 for y'all.
His ass wouldn't even. He wouldn't even.
It was Luke Kennard out playing LeBron in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I
My
don't
boy
know.
almost had a triple-double. Don't say that.
Like I said, I'm ready to just kind of give it up. Like there's not really much hope for our defense. I feel like it's gonna kind of be shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I feel like our offense has to find its way to be kind of like on that flawless type of thing where we either find a way Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Russell could be effective like night in, night out, all together. And that's really it at this point. Like the defense, we just give up too much easy shit. I keep bringing this stat up, but we don't contest three. How you can't win shit if you're not contesting threes? Like that's probably the easiest way to lose a damn game. And then the Clippers, they just always fight. You know, they don't have their offense isn't that great, but they always find ways to kind of just pull it through.
Yeah, if a team does any sort of like movement, screening, or anything, y'all just mentally just lose all your defensive responsibilities. It's ridiculous. I've never seen such a defensive breakdown just off simple just screening and cutting.
Yeah, one of those big threes is literally, I think Malik Monk got caught on like Serge Ibaka, and they was helping so fucking hard, and just Luke Kennard is just wide open.
There's always someone wide open. That's crazy. Even if it's just at the rim, even if y'all try to play hard on the 3-point line, there's someone open at the rim.
Yeah, and what makes it like the worst is because like I'll see a couple of defensive possessions where we look really good, like the rotation will be on point, closing out on shooters, we're doing all that type of stuff, and then the effort for the next 10 possessions is like nowhere near that.
The X factor for the Los Angeles Lakers is Rob Pelinka. A move has to be made. Hey,
sure.
Don't look at me and ask me what move can be made or needs to be made, but
That's
something
his
needs
job.
to happen.
That's his
Facts.
job.
That he's the X factor because I did a breakdown on y'all earlier saying Frank Vogel should do this, Frank Vogel should do that. At this point, Frank Vogel just ain't got enough tools in that toolbox to do anything.
Is he on the hot seat?
He should
Just because he's in LA?
He shouldn't be because
He is, though.
They constructed that team poorly. There's not a coach that can make that team work. That some teams is not about coaching. They're going to make it about him because that's the Laker way to do.
The scapegoat.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be. There's no coach that can make that work. You either have shit or you don't, and that's just not a good team. And everybody in the world knew that going into the season. That's why the conversation was, man, how is they gonna make it work? Laker and LeBron fans like, hey, it's LeBron. They always make it work, which is a fair assessment and a fair point, but it ain't working.
Yeah.
So
that's a fact. And
Didn't LeBron say that this was like the hardest test, one of the hardest tests of his career so far?
He said that after a couple months. People were showing the old screenshots of him saying, they say we old before the season, we gonna show him type shit. And now he talking about it's hard as hell.
It is hard as hell, bro. It's hard watching that damn team sometimes.
Who would have thought before the season started that out of the four of us, Mike would be the one that's down bad, like with their organization?
He's, 12-12? Yeah.
12-12. Lakers. What the fuck is going on, bro? Player, but he is eligible to be traded today. What archetype of player are you looking to trade if you are trading Horton Tucker, which seems like a real thing?
I cannot wait to hear this response.
Like, what is on priority list number one for the Lakers?
Let us hear it, Michael.
A wing or a big?
What kind of?
I think Buddy
The
Hield.
prototypical
He
3 and
asking
D.
Mike.
The prototypical 3 and D wing.
You can't
or
get
we
Buddy
would
Hield for
need
THC anyway.
we
That
need-
money do not match at all.
an aggressive center like that's gonna actually rebound the ball and do all the little stuff like.
Like Jacopo? Money would
Yeah.
match on that.
Jacopo would be nice. Dwight Howard is the only center. Well, besides like a LeBron.
I just threw out a name. I was just waiting to see what he was going to
See, if we
say.
somehow get Jacopo then.
What about Miles Turner?
Who you talking to? We can move from the Lakers, bro.
All right, cool.
We just need to get Anthony Davis back.
Mike moving
That
on from the
helps. That would
Lakers.
help.
Hey,
Hey, I will say this. They will be a tough
we
team
all
to beat.
in George too, y'all.
Tough team to beat.
In the
Yeah.
playoffs.
11 game, D. Millie.
They will be a tough team to beat in the playoffs.
I know for y'all got like that championship or bust type of mentality. Luckily for us, that's not.
See,
where we at.
I was more so like, man, I wish we would have just got some shit done.
Well, Chris Haynes said that the Houston Rockets offered John Wall for Russell Westbrook,
and they
a first
turned
rounder.
that shit down because they said they didn't want to give a first round pick. Which
I wouldn't do it either, just because what are you gonna get marginally better?
Yeah.
Because I know Russell Westbrook has not been good, but he ain't the reason y'all ass. You know what I'm saying?
He's not.
It might make y'all a little bit better where y'all might not be a play-in team, but that's not going to make y'all the championship team that you want to be. So why give up a 2027 first-round pick where LeBron might be fucking retired and Anthony Davis, he all up in the air? You don't really know. It wasn't worth it if I was Rob Pelinka, personally. The Lakers having an opportunity to be a playoff team is probably better for the league, right? So when you look at the play-in game right now, the 9-10 would be LA versus Pelicans, and then the 7-8 would be Minnesota versus Clippers. That LA Pelicans game is going to shit on the other one when it comes to like just pure numbers or how many people are watching. You know, and
Brandon Ingram versus LeBron.
Right, and potentially Z. Probably not. But
the thing though, the Lakers, I wouldn't be surprised if they got their ass smacked.
Me either.
Like,
me neither.
No bullshit. Like
at all.
They have no one who can guard Big Val. CJ and Brandon Ingram are gonna attack Carmelo Anthony whenever he's on the court.
And the thing is, like, I hate going against the real good knockdown shooters because we don't contest shots. That's one of the biggest things about a defensive team, and it shows how like the quality of it is just like how many shots throughout the game are you contesting?
And honestly, fuck it, Russ beat us.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's so many holes on that team. I would, especially without AD. We have no idea what his update is.
And this could all be for naught, right? Because the Minnesota Timberwolves might just legitimately just smoke the Clippers in the first play-in game, or smoke whoever the winner of the 9-10. You know, we could
They do have Karl Anthony Towns.
They do have Cat.
And honestly, like
4 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. But before we do that, Mike, do you want to talk about the Lakers for 2 minutes, or we passing?
No, he got to talk about them. He don't get to talk about them when they rolling out. They potentially out of the fucking play-in.
LeBron's out.
Maybe they haven't been confirmed.
The
but
way that ankle looked.
He said that he don't know how he finished that game. But do you want 2 minutes? You can pass. You can say fuck. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, when they suck, you don't want to talk.
They've been sucking all year.
I set you up to say that.
Y'all not losing tonight.
This is my last little hope on the season.
Hey, somebody clip it and get ready. Put the curve your enthusiasm.
It is his I'm sorry. I didn't know that was his name.
So clip it. Hold on. Say it one more time in the camera for the editor.
You watched that, KB?
I've watched the first season.
We will win tonight. We are going to beat the Mavericks. I'm saying this with the last little bit of hope I have in my body for this Lakers team.
There it is. And then they're going to show the highlight and the scoreboard after y'all down 30.
Yeah. Go talk, yeah. Go talk, yeah. Go talk, my nigga. This go talk.
Go talk. Go talk. Go talk, my nigga. That's go talk.
Go talk. Go talk. Go talk, my nigga. Is go talk.
Go talk. Go talk. Go talk, my nigga. It is go talk.